Hello, Northwood fans. Our second week here of the Northwood Student Athlete Spotlight. This week, we're joined from the men's golf team, Paul Ostby. Paul came in with his first tournament last weekend and earned medalist honors at the Watrous Invitational over at Saginaw Valley. And Paul, what happened that weekend that let you play so well those 2 rounds?
I just played really well. I mean, the front 9, I got off to a really hot start both days. I made 4 birdies, no bogeys both times, shot 32. The back 9 was a little bit shakier, but still managed to come in and win.
It was interesting. I saw your scores were 71-71, and they were both 32-39 both days. What do you think was the reason you played well on the front?
I guess the front 9 just really fits my eye really well. A lot of the holes play into the way I like to hit the ball. I got a lot of really good yardages off the tee coming into the greens, so I ended up being able to hit a lot of good shots in and having good looks at birdie.
Anything in particular about your game that was working well that you walked away and went, man, I really did this well this weekend?
Putting. I never do putting very well, but this weekend I was pretty lights out on the greens for the most part.
Now, I've played Bay City Country Club a few times. It's kind of one of those courses where almost every hole, all the par 4s, there's a bunker in the middle of the fairway, about 260, 270 out. How did you attack that course in those situations?
I hit it over all those bunkers. Those bunkers don't ever come into play for me. I mean, when the wind was in our face the first day and it was cold, there were a couple of them that I had to play left or right of to get around them, but for the most part I'm able to hit it over most of them on that golf course.
That's kind of what I figured. I was setting you up just to talk about how far you're hitting the ball. Your brother Matt also played here. What led you to come to Northwood as for your school for golf?
Well, I guess, yeah, my brother coming and playing here kind of had a little bit to do with it because I already knew Dave, the coach, and so I kind of had an in there. But the second year I played at Mott Community College, I played really well. And at the time I wasn't really sure if I was going to play another in college after that. But when I played well my second year at Mott, I decided I wanted to go and play more.
And Coach Turner, obviously, I've always teased him that he is the most patient golf coach I've ever been around, because golf can be a very frustrating game for everybody, but Dave finds a way to stay calm even when sometimes the rest of us might be ready to throw clubs.
Well, I feel like Dave might be more mad than he lets on sometimes, but I haven't seen him get mad at me yet, and from what I've heard, I'm not really excited to let that happen. So,
you got the rest of the fall coming up? Is there anything you talked about how you putted really well last weekend? But is there anything in particular you want to work on for your game for the rest of the fall?
Irons, anything 8-iron or more, because that's the reason I shot 39 in the back 9 both rounds is because I had a lot of iron shots and I just wasn't really comfortable over irons. I had a lot of bad ones that cost me a couple strokes in there.
Talk about the team, how it looks so far. You guys got a second-place finish, played a lot of your conference foes. That was a really nice start to the fall season for you guys.
Yeah, we shot good scores. I think we shot 295, 293. After the first round, we were 1 shot back of Ferris, and Ferris went out and they really lit it up. They took 271s and 273s. They shot an even par score, and it's tough to beat somebody when they're doing that. But if we can go out and shoot what we shot this weekend, every weekend, we're going to have a pretty good shot at winning the GLIAC.
You talk about your team, and one thing that really stands out is a lot of guys on the roster, but a lot of guys that are capable of shooting really good scores. Dave was telling how it was hard to set the lineup because 1 through 10, you could almost set any of those guys in the lineup, and they could all be capable of performing.
Yeah, I mean, I could think of it. I can't think of anybody that's inside the top 10 that can't go out there and shoot par or better on any given day as long as they're playing well. So I wouldn't want to be in Dave's shoes for picking a lineup, but he did a good job this weekend. We had one guy outside the top 5 that played pretty well. Justin Phillips shot 72 the first round, which would have been a useful score, but he wasn't in our top 5, so we couldn't use it. But yeah, everybody's pretty solid on the team, and anybody could go out on any given day and shoot a good score.
Well, Dave and I have always talked, no matter who you choose for the individuals, there's always going to be one that's going to play better than your 5th player. It's just part of the deal. Where are you guys at next, and what are you looking forward to about that event?
This weekend, Saturday, Sunday, we play down in South Haven at, I believe Hawkshead is the name of the golf course. It is the GLIAC North tournament, I believe. It's going to be a bigger tournament. There's going to be a lot more teams there this weekend as opposed to last weekend. So there should be some more competition. We'll have a better idea where we stand in the GLIAC.
Have you played that course before? Do you know anything about it?
I've never played it before, but I've looked at it online, and I've heard from some of the other guys that it's pretty open off the tee. There's a couple of tricky holes, but we get to play a practice round on Friday, so that'll probably be really useful.
Well, Paul, thanks for joining us, and good luck. Great job to open the year.